Now, commemorating the rich culture and diverse contributions of the Latino community, WSAV News 3 on your side celebrates our Hispanic heritage. Brought to you by the Mike Hostelo Law Firm.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Kim Gusby.
And I'm Ben Katko. Thank you very much for joining us. Over the next half hour, we're highlighting the stories that make up Hispanic Heritage Month.
We are bringing you the best of Latin culture from across the nation. So let's get started. We begin with police in Michigan making an effort to assist Hispanic drivers.
Officials are working with leaders in the Latino community to address changes and concerns. Ruben Juarez explains.
With a room full of Michigan State Police personnel and local Hispanic leaders, MSP reinforcing its stance that it will carry out laws in a non-discriminatory manner.
We are not involved in immigration status verification, and we will not be detaining individuals on traffic stops for the sole purpose of determining immigration status. It's just one of the changes.
Additionally, MSP is looking within its own ranks to overcome language barriers. MSP asking department members who speak other languages to provide their services when needed.
I've had that quite often, actually. So yeah, I've had where I have helped my fellow troopers, and for me, actually, it makes me happy that I can, be that help in that capacity. That is one of the reasons why I joined the department, right? Because I wanted to help.
The department previously relied on immigration officials when language was an issue.
Since we don't want to engage in an immigration enforcement policy, we had to come up with other resources. So now we already had members within our department that spoke other languages, and we're leveraging on the diversity that we have within our own agency.
MSP accepts foreign IDs.
Most frequently we see Canadian driver's license here in Michigan, but we don't quite often come across identifications that are issued by the Mexican government.
But it's reinforcing the department's familiarity of Mexican consular IDs.
It's an ID that has the same security measurements just as a passport, tamper-proof identities, that has an IQ code behind that in real time you can check the biometrics of the individual.
We don't want someone to avoid, especially if it's a victim. We don't want them to not seek out police services, especially with the Michigan State Police, because they think they won't have identification that will be recognizable.
In the Hispanic community, people are constantly defying the odds, like Puerto Rican native Cindy Lopez. After just 2 months of learning English, she went back to school to become a certified nursing assistant. Christy Casiano has her story.
Mama, hola. Hola. Hola, te picó la cola.
Every day of work is a labor of love for Cindy Lopez. She and her family moved to Syracuse 6 years ago.
In Puerto Rico, I was an LPN, but my license is not valid here.
But her love for taking care of others never faded. After just 2 months of learning English, she went to school to become a certified nursing assistant.
Every patient passed from my hands, in my hands, they leave a mark on my heart.
Patients like 71-year-old Margarita, who battles Alzheimer's. Through Margarita's toughest days, Cindy can help reach her.
I don't know if every Puerto Rican, but we feel if you talk Spanish, we are family. And we take care, like right now, margaritas, for example. Margarita. She speaks Spanish. When I came, I was nervous because my English is not good at all, and I understand that part. But when I came and she talks Spanish, I feel like, oh my God, that's so good. And then Maria told me, Mommy's comfy because you speak Spanish, and I feel better because you speak Spanish. And that's what she understands. So I feel like, oh my God, I'm safe.
And when her days come with challenges, her family is what keeps her grounded.
When my son told me, Mommy, you are the best mom in the world, that's the most important thing in my life. That pushed me every day. If I feel like, oh my God, it's too much and I can't, I just think about it of my son, say, Mommy, you are the best, you are my hero, and I feel like, I could do it. They push me.
And her advice for those thinking of walking in her shoes?
If you fall down, just go up again and try again. That's my best. And I know my English is not good, but I try. If they understand me, I'm happy.
Because it takes practice to master the language of care.
Giving love, that's the more important.
And to embrace who you are.
I feel like you're a hero to a few people. Margarita, your family.
Well, I think, but I don't say hero. I just be myself.
This month, we're also showcasing Hispanic artists and their talents. Gianella Giglino tells us about Raul Orlando Edwards, an educator and a salsa enthusiast who's overcoming obstacles.
Raul says salsa is a lot like life. Every move complements the next. Originally from Panama, Orlando came to the States looking for the American dream. When he arrived, he says things were very different. He recalls one time when he tried to get a driver's license, he put Hispanic on the form, and the DMV employee erased it and told him he was black and not Hispanic.
But as I began to explore and understand a lot more about the culture, I was not so aware of the racial situation in the United States, how deep it was, even in the structure of the country, the structure of the laws, the structure of society.
It was in that moment Raul knew his purpose was to highlight Afro-Latin culture through showcasing art.
I began to discover a lot of the beautiful things about Black culture in Latin America, Native culture in Latin America. And that began to empower me to really embrace, but also be very proud of those cultures.
He began Falam Arts, which is an annual music festival featuring artists and music from all over Latin America. Raul says one popular music genre today, reggaeton, began in the streets of Panama, but colorism is deeply ingrained in the fabric of Latin America.
And the drum, the percussions were Black. But today what we see is what's exported is basically European looking.
Raul says he will keep bringing the arts, the music to Houston to remind everyone that culture is an ode to the soul.
And if you want to hear some great music from around the world, Hilton Head is the place to be. The Latino Music Festival is Sunday from noon until 9:30 at Shelter Cove Park. There'll be bands and artists from Latin America, South America, and Mexico, as well as a dance competition and great food from Latin-based chefs in our area. The goal is to introduce people to the culture and honor the Low Country's Hispanic heritage. It's $8 to attend. Anyone 12 and under gets in free.
Welcome back. As we celebrate Hispanic heritage, a Denver man is taking life lessons from his grandfather in helping others.
Steven Salazar is giving back after going through some rough times. Vicente Arenas has a story.
In the corner of a parking lot, deep in the heart of Aurora, sits a Latino food truck lover's dream come true. There are more than 50 food trucks and stands here with food from Mexico to El Salvador. But the one that stood out to us the most was the El Cacheton. That's fat cheeks in English, Steven Salazar's nickname.
We make our own rim dip, we make our own michelada mix.
His specialty, shrimp micheladas, a dish with tasty sauces, avocados, and shrimp, to name a few.
I've been through some stuff where I had no one out, to help me out. So I know it's pretty rough at times,
Hi, how are you guys?
In talking to Salazar, we learned he loved helping out younger people just starting out on their own, like Juan Soto.
And today I also have like the mix, Skittles, extreme strips.
Salazar reached out to help Soto.
So the peach rings and then the strawberries.
At his Juancho's spicy candy stand right across from his own food truck.
It's been going really good.
Soto says the lessons have been priceless.
It just helped me understand that we all have to succeed in some way. We all have to learn how to sell something so that we can live our life.
Salazar, who had had run-ins with the law in the past, decided to turn his life around.
And I remember my grandfather always saying, if you can't help people out, it's in our roots, it's who we are.
He's also helped Tanya Vargas at her Tacos El Rey Diesel food truck.
When he got here, I was a little slow. in my business. But then he would start promoting me a little bit on his page. Little by little, I was able to get more customers as well, but I needed that extra push.
And Salazar has pushed himself into more than just Mexican food. Turns out Chubby Cheeks also makes amazing mini pancakes.
Yeah, you don't see a guy like me selling mini pancakes, but it's always the first time for everything.
They really are selling like hotcakes.
Literally for 3 months, we were just every weekend catering for 3 months. Pancakes.
Salazar was a little surprised too. His rough life now turned around with love of food and helping others along the way, just like Grandpa wanted him to do all along.
Awesome. A Central Texas father says his Mexican American heritage taught him the value of caring for others. Now he's doing just that with the help of a famous Austin-based vodka brand. Britt Marino tells us how Love Tito's is helping communities one cocktail at a time.
So much going on downtown, right? Everyone wants to be where the action is.
Folks spot the Tito's sign and waltz in looking for something to wet their whistle. But instead, they find a cause that fills their hearts.
We're very passionate about that and have some great gear.
Love Tito's is a merchandise store filled with t-shirts, hats, and of course, some Austin flair.
So 100% of the net proceeds that from every purchase go back to our nonprofit organizations that we support.
Central Texas native Zach Flores is the Love Tito's National Philanthropic Program Manager.
Love Tito's, which is our philanthropic arm of the company, dedicated to turn spirits into love and goodness.
Flores says his Mexican-American upbringing led to this calling.
Having that strength of powerful women around you really does help shape and shift the way that you see the world. I was always raised to care for others that are less fortunate.
La Familia was his compass. His tight-knit family showed him how hard work and determination, coupled with compassion, could change things for the better.
Another local favorite of ours, a Mansa pet.
Now Flores serves on the board of I Live Here, I Give Here, and volunteers. The causes closest to him include providing fresh food to low-income neighborhoods, supporting local musicians and shelter animals, and encouraging other Latinos to dream big.
Helping provide any sort of resources that I can to uplift the next generation of Latino leaders.
Flores admits encouraging that next generation to become civically active is more important than ever now that he is a dad. His son Phoenix is 8 months old.
This is the greatest achievement of my life. I think I'm most excited knowing that I have the opportunity to shape this innocent life into hopefully a powerful community leader.
But until then, he says, people can make a difference now. One sip might just change a life.
With the support of our fans and following, we could, expand and provide impact together in our communities.
Making a difference, that's what it's all about. Coming up this morning, one Hispanic woman is bossing up when it comes to business.
We are meeting the Latina who is inspiring others to break down barriers when we come back.
Welcome back. A Kansas City-based multimedia and multilingual production company will soon celebrate 10 years in business. Tico Sports has ties to the Chiefs and now the Royals.
Reagan Porter highlights what Hispanic Heritage Month means to these entrepreneurs.
Vamos, Spanish-speaking broadcasters. They create a bridge between communities and people, players, and viewers.
Relationships are key.
Cici Rojas and Oscar Monterroso started Tico Productions in 2012. They branched out to Tico Sports 4 years later.
You own all the successes, you own all the failures, and everything in between.
She says the life of an entrepreneur is tough, but worth it, especially when you get to incorporate your heritage in what you do every day.
It does cross my mind, thinking about, okay, this is a big responsibility, but I don't really focus on that because I want to focus on our team delivering the best broadcast that we can.
A few pillars in the Latino culture, like family, loyalty, and passion, have helped them secure big partnerships with the Chiefs and most recently the Royals.
It's exciting because there are a lot of Latino players.
The fan base gets to know players a little bit better, personalities come through, and nothing's lost in translation. Tico Sports calls games for several NFL teams, including the Kansas City Chiefs, a partnership going on 6 years. Monterroso says they also take their talent to the collegiate level, from waving the weed at KU to calling football for the Cornhuskers in Nebraska, where he has a special memory.
They played one of the Spanish calls on the big screen, and everybody just exploded. We were just like in an awe because the acceptance and how people were able to really enjoy that.
He says that's why Hispanic Heritage Month means so much. Like this celebration following a Mahomes Hill connection. This month recognizes all Latinos from different backgrounds and invites people in other cultures to learn more.
It's beautiful that we can all unite.
Monterroso calls it a buffet. No matter how you slice it, it's about highlighting the important contributions Latinos have made in the U.S.
We are shining a light on a Hispanic woman breaking down barriers. One entrepreneur is taking on greater than normal financial risks to succeed. David Romero introduces us to Linda Alvarado.
From designer, development, and owner of a large commercial construction company to becoming the first Hispanic female owner of a Major League Baseball franchise, Linda Alvarado has never let boundaries get in her way.
All of my life I've been told I don't look the part. I don't look like a commercial general contractor. I don't look like an owner of a Major League Baseball team. And some people say I don't look Hispanic.
For the young girl born and raised in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and growing up in a family of 5 brothers, Linda had to prove there was no such thing as a woman's job.
They didn't let us be identified either by our gender or ethnicity. So I played sports from the time I could walk, wrestled, and did all kinds of things with my brothers, and my mother encouraged it.
Working her way through college, it was the challenge of starting her own construction firm which set Linda on a path to her first major accomplishment.
I got this crazy idea of starting my own business, which was really crazy. A Hispanic girl contractor. But I wanted to pursue this and started small.
What started small in 1976 became one of the biggest construction companies in the Southwest and made Linda the first female CEO to head a construction firm. Alvarado Construction Incorporated is responsible for large multi-million-dollar commercial developments like Bronco Stadium. The company, based in Denver, Colorado, now has offices in New Mexico, Arizona, and California. That still wasn't enough.
It was a very small group of guys and one girl. But the difference was, this is the first time that any Latino had been involved in a bid for Major League Baseball. And who would have thought the first Latino owner would be a Latina?
Linda became co-owner of the brand new Colorado Rockies Major League Baseball team. In her time with the team, Linda felt that the moment was right to help set better examples for Hispanics.
Well, it's proud to be an owner. I want to make certain that our players on the field are looked at as role models and motivating other Hispanics to say, wherever they choose to go.
Although her achievements have been stellar, Linda says that early on, she fought sexism and discrimination at almost every turn in a life and career that has not only broken glass ceilings and paving the way for others after her. Linda still believes that had she not taken any risks in her life, she wouldn't be where she is today.
We have to get in the game, have some fun, take some risks, knowing that we could never get to second base if we keep our foot safely on first.
For Hispanic Heritage, I'm David Romero.
Still ahead this morning, the sounds of Hispanic Heritage Month.
More on that when we come back.
Welcome back. From the history to the delicious foods, Hispanic Heritage Month would not be the same without some beautiful music.
No, it wouldn't. One mariachi ensemble from Texas is making an impact on the culture. Adam Cardona brings us their story.
Mariachi Margaritas is an all-female mariachi ensemble, and it all started with a group of friends who were in college.
Director of Mariachi Margaritas, Karina Vela, says the all-female mariachi group launched in 2009.
Most mariachis were male-dominant, and we wanted to do something different.
Vela says she is originally from Mexico, but she says she didn't get inspired until she came to the States.
That culture, that the music, wearing the outfits, our mariachi traje, it's something that I actually learned to love here in the U.S. because it made me close to my roots from Mexico. And it actually happened here in the U.S., which is something that is very special to me.
She says over the years, the ensemble has performed at all kinds of events ranging from celebrations to funerals, but one performance has been the most memorable.
We were invited to accompany Ángel Aguilar, Leonardo Aguilar, and Pepe Aguilar on their opening show for actually Canelo's walk-in opening show for his previous fight. That for us, I would say, it's the one I'm gonna always remember.
The Mariachi Margaritas ensemble practices weekly and performs every weekend at events and venues, but it takes more than just practice for their success.
It has to start with respect. It has to start with friendship and respect, and I think that it has brought us this far because of how we respect each other as musicians.
Assistant Director Abigail Gonzalez has been with the group for almost 7 years playing guitar and singing.
As an all-female mariachi influencer, I would love that to encourage young girls to pursue something like this.
The group is made up of multiple female members, and they say they are one big family working together to put on the best performance possible.
And we all put whatever benefits the group first. Like, we put ourselves second because the group comes first.
They all agree that being part of the group is a great experience and embracing culture is important.
Mariachi, more than anything, represents our culture, represents who we are as people. Mariachi music brings joy to anywhere we go.
That's our time.
We'll see you later. Thank you for tuning in this morning.